Okay. For the new candidates, how to book for MRCOG 1. So as I mentioned previously, we have 3 steps to book the MRCOG 1 exam. The first step is check your eligibility. For the eligibility, I have shown you the form, which is eligibility form. You have to fill the form and attach your degree or your medical license along with your ID card copy and mail that to RCOG. Once you send your email for the eligibility, it would take 3 to 4 weeks to be approved by RCOG. And once your eligibility is approved, you are good to go to write this exam. The second step is submit your expression of interest. How you can do that? You can go on the RCOG website, look for the exam you're going to write, the date of your exam, and submit your expression of interest. Here I have shown the calendar of July 2024. You can see here the eligibility deadline is on Friday, 15th of March 2024. The expression of interest closes on Friday, 29th of March 2024. The booking window application, it opens on Tuesday, 23rd of April and closes on 30th of May 2024. But you cannot wait till the closing time. You have to book the slot on the day of application window open. Then there is a result date, which is on Wednesday, 31st of July, 2024. This is the eligibility form. You can see here, this is an important thing. Once you are going to make an account on RCOG website, they would issue you your school ID. And this is the school ID, which you have to remember throughout your MRCOG journey. So this is a fixed number. Then you have to fill your credentials, your personal details, your medical qualification, your ethnicity, your nationality, and everything. This is very easy thing. You can easily do that. Then you have to signature. You can sign. You can copy paste that, write the date, and email them. This is a very easy thing. This is for the reference. You have to tick your ethnicity or your religious beliefs. Okay, so the next thing is many candidates ask this question. They find them confused. What is an expression of interest? They have some questions like when to book seat. Different college account numbers on the form won't be able to book the exam. Any email on confirmation of eligibility. So I'm going to answer all of these questions. So the answers are, one, completing the expression of interest form doesn't guarantee a spot in the next exam. That means you have, like eligibility form, that's a one-time process. Once your eligibility is approved by RCOG, there is no need to send eligibility form again and again. But for the expression of interest, you have to submit that again and again if you missed one chance. Eligible candidates need to wait for the booking window to open to secure a place on the exam. That means once the booking window opens, the RCOG send you a link to book the exam. And once you got that booking link, you can book your slot. It's crucial for the candidates to double check that the college account number and email address on the form of match their RCOG account details. Okay, what I always do, I keep all the emails saved. I never deleted my emails, especially these official emails. They would email you your password, your school ID, so always keep that. If there is a mismatch in the provided details, the candidate won't be eligible to book an exam slot. That's right. So you have to fill your form carefully. You have to make sure your ID card, birth date, and all the credentials are same as your medical degree or your license. If they found anything mismatched, definitely your eligibility won't be approved by RCOG. And that is objectionable thing. After submitting the form, candidates will see a confirmation screen on their browser. It's recommended to take a screenshot for their records. Okay, you can take a screenshot or you can save the email. Both are the options. No email confirmation will be sent upon form submission. So this is a very frequent question. Many candidates ask, like, we have submitted the expression of interest. Is that really submitted or not? Because you never get any confirmation email. So once you submit that, that means that has been submitted. Eligible candidates will receive an email when the application window opens, providing instructions on how to book an exam at Pearson test centers. So I already mentioned about this, that you will get a link on the booking day, and you will book the slot easily, and they will guide you to your location. The next thing, when and how should I start preparation? Candidates frequently ask this: when to start preparation, how to start preparation, shall we follow a proper schedule, do we need guidance while preparing for exam, how much recalls are important, how to solve SBAs, which subject to cover first, how much time is required for preparation. So these are the very genuine questions by the candidates, and I'm here to address all of them. So what steps you should take to start preparation? Ideally, I recommend everyone go through the official RCOG's website for the better orientation and for the comprehension of the RCOG. They have everything on their website. They will guide you everything. They will tell you how to book the exam. They have the exam calendar. They have mentioned the banding, the exam fee. They have mentioned the syllabus, the curriculum of the RCOG. They also have recommended the books. So it's for the satisfaction, like you know you are following the guidelines. And they have divided the syllabus in paper 1 and 2, and I have shared that PDF about the weightage of the question, how many subjects are involved, and how many questions you are going to have in the exam from each subject. Okay, tips to solve SBAs. So let me clear you. We have two paper 1 and paper B. Each have 100 questions, and the total time for the exam is 6 hours. And you also have 1 hour break between paper 1 and paper B. So it will take total 7 hours. And both of the papers have SBAs, which stands for single best answer question. That means maybe you find in the exam all the answers are correct, but you have to choose the best answer. So since all the answers, you may find all the questions are relevant, all the options are correct. So there are some tips to pick the best answer. While you are studying or going through from the theory, always highlight crucial statements while reading theory, but limit it to one reading. Don't spend more than one reading on theory. Prioritize retention over multiple readings. That means you have to practice again and again the important things. Choose one SBA book and solve it module-wise after studying a chapter from the theory book. That means if you are going through anatomy for the theory, then meanwhile you have to do SBAs of the anatomy. That would help to retain all the information. And by any chance, if you miss any topic from the theory, that would be covered in SBS. And if you find anything difficult in SBS, you can switch back to the theory and find out the correct thing or memorize the important knowledge. So this is the ideal way to practice, not for only for the MRCOG one, for any exam, this is the ideal way to practice SBS and theory chapter-wise. And also utilize Med Instutors free group for SBA practice. We have WhatsApp group in which we share SBAs on daily basis, and we discuss the question. This is a perfect way that you discuss the SBAs in the WhatsApp groups. It would help to retain in your memory. Diversify SBA practice by using at least 3 to 4 different books for comprehensive preparation. That means you cannot stick to one book of SBA. We have recommended 3 to 4 books for SBA practice along with the recalls. So this is the main thing you have to practice over and over again. Without the practice of SBAs, I'm afraid you won't be able to pass the exam. So this is the important thing. For theory, I advise you to go through the theory just for once or maybe two, but don't waste time on the theory. Spend your maximum time, utilize your time by solving SBAs again and again. Let me repeat the books. For SBAs, you have to do MRCOG, pass MRCOG Volume 1 and 2. Volume 1 is for paper A and Volume 2 is for paper B. Then there is another book, 550 SBAs by Catherine. They have very good description. They explain every option very clearly. You will get some passive knowledge as well while solving the SBAs from Catherine. So that's a very good book. It's a very comprehensive and excellent book. And the other thing is the past recalls. You cannot go and write the exam without doing past recalls, at least from the last 5 years. And I heard from a lot of the candidates that they might confuse sometimes because they ask me which groups, which books do we need to follow and which study groups we need to follow. And they are very double-minded. And the reason behind that, one, if you choose more than one study group, if you follow more than 2 or 3 persons guidelines for the exam preparation, that's very obvious thing. You will find yourself double-minded because everyone have their own teaching strategies, everyone have their own schedules. So it's always ideal to follow just one platform, one study group, and one schedule for and one timetable for the exam preparation, so that you at least you are not double-minded while studying for the exam. I go through from this time, and I did some mistakes, and I learned from them. That while preparing for the exam, you already have the anxiety of exam, and meanwhile you become double-minded because everyone have their own suggestions, everyone recommend you different books, and at the end of the day you may have 7 theory books recommended by different peoples and different study platforms, and you have millions of SPAs, and it's nearly impossible to study all of these material. So it's always a good idea to study smartly and act smartly. So I advise you to stick to one group. Okay, am I clear so far? Okay. Okay, now I'm going to discuss physiology. If you have any questions, please do let me know in the chat box. Give me a few seconds. I have some error. Okay. Actually, I missed my slides. So. Okay. So the physiology. This is very important, and I advise you to spend as maximum time on physiology because you will get a lot of questions in paper B from the physiology section. Certainly, physiology is crucial for MRCOG1. High-yield topics include reproductive physiology, endocrinology, CVS, and respiratory adaptations during pregnancy. Understanding hormonal regulation and feedback mechanism is the key to pass the physiology section in the MRCOG1. So here I wrote down some important topics from the physiology, but please keep this thing in your mind that only doing important topics is not enough. You cannot neglect rest of the topics. The purpose of telling you the important topics is that at least you are smart enough to solve these questions, because maximum questions are from these topics. So the important topics you need to cover while doing physiology theory are the acid-base changes in pregnancy, electrolyte changes in pregnancy, calcium hemostasis is very important. You have to study how the calcium is regulated in our body. And as we already know, the hormones which control the calcium hemostasis, which is calcitonin and parathyroid hormone. So you have to study the feedback mechanisms and everything related to calcium hemostasis. While doing the hemostasis, you can also go through hypercalcemia and hypocalcemia. What are the clinical manifestations of them and how we manage the patients. Osteoporosis is another important topic. As we already know, during pregnancy, there are many metabolic changes going on in the female body, and the females are more prone to osteoporosis as compared to male. So this is a high yield topic, not only in physiology, but also it would help you in pathology as well. So in physiology, we have to cover all the regions of the body, but the main focus in the MRCG1 is on the CVS. In CVS, you need to cover cardiac cycle, ECG changes during pregnancy. We have the SBAs. We have many SBAs from the ECG changes. What they do, they maybe paste a picture of ECG and ask you about the findings, or they maybe ask just different changes in the ECG. CVS changes during pregnancy. That means you have to read how the body is physiologically adjust that itself during pregnancy. What are the CVS changes going on in the female body while she's pregnant? Like what are the changes in the cardiac output? What is stroke volume and everything. Respiratory system. In respiratory system, you have to know maternal and fetal ABGs. Physiological adaptation of the respiratory systems. What are the changes are going on in the lungs and the lung capacity? Oxygen dissociation curve, maternal and fetal gaseous exchange. And we know this is happening in the placenta. And carbon dioxide transport. So this is very crucial. GIT, this is an easy topic. Gastrointestinal adaptation during pregnancy. Let me tell you, on GIT, mainly the progesterone is affecting on the female body. So you will cover this just in one glance. This is an easy topic. Urinary system, it is a high yield topic. You have to cover physiology of micturition, urinary system changes during pregnancy. Female reproductive system, folliculogenesis, menstrual cycle, hormonal changes during ovarian cycle, which is menstrual cycle, menarche and menopause. We have many SPs from this topic. Male reproductive system, you have to cover spermatogenesis and semen analysis. And again, we have SPS from both of these topics. Nervous system, physiology of action potential, neurotransmitters, physiology of autonomic and sympathetic nervous system. The last thing is fetal and placental tissue. You need to cover amniotic fluid composition and measurements, fetal urine and swallowing, fetal membranes. We know chorion and amnion, fetal lungs, cardiopulmonary adjustment at the time of birth of a newborn, structure of placenta. So these are some of the topics which are important in terms of physiology. I understand this is very extensive and it's nearly impossible to cover it just in one session. So what I plan to arrange another session on physiology, and meanwhile I advise you to start reading physiology and try to solve maximum SBS, then make a list of any challenging topic, tell me in the group, and then I will arrange another session on which mainly focused on the challenging topics.